I'm a part of choir.
I'm Delaney Pryor. I'm a junior and I'm on choir leadership.
Hi, my name is Eddie Park and I am a choir leader.
We're in between student and leader, so we work with CISO, we work with the kids, and we put together all the shows. But this year's been pretty hard because it's virtual, but we've been doing all right.
As a choir leader, every year we kind of have kids audition, right? So we say, okay, we're gonna open auditions for the Disney concert, and basically kids get to audition with their own songs, right?
So we all got together on a Zoom meet, pick the ones we like. So normally after we do that, what we do is we start to put together kind of like a script, a story based on the songs that we chose. So normally we'd be in a room all together with ideas and scratching things out, writing things out. But this year we did a couple Zoom meets. It works pretty much the same way, just on a Google Doc. So then at the end, everybody will get together and we'll sing the medley.
This year's theme is High School Musical. We decided to choose this medley last year.
That's been extra hard because we have to do all this ahead of time. So Miss Sissel has been working so patiently with us, and she teaches us part by part by part by part. Boys and girls, everybody singing different stuff. For her to get all of those videos of people and make sure that they're correct, and if they're not, you have to send it back. It's been a really, really long process, but I can speak for the rest of leadership and say that we are so grateful for Mrs. Sissel and for the person who puts our videos together. His name's Amit. He was a senior last year. It's been a lot different, but it still feels the same.
So we're just kind of excited to show this rendition of our show in a different platform.
So I know getting into Roll is very exciting. We're all very excited to see how you guys are getting in Roll with the new COVID precautions. You know, you guys are all online. So I want to ask, how is the approach to this show different this year than it has been in the past, and how did you come into that role?
Well, of course, there's the virtual aspect to it. Of course, past years we didn't really have that issue, so it was easier to connect with the other actors on stage, which we didn't really have as much this year. But it was just really interesting to see the choir leadership really get creative and find really innovative ways to still have that chemistry with the other characters while still in the virtual environment. If you saw Clue before, we would do cool things. We'd pass off props to another square on Zoom, and just that things kind of brought the actors together even though they're not together.
At the beginning of every rehearsal, we remind the performers, remember, this is Disney. Act like you're in a Disney movie, you're in a Disney Channel original show. Everything is going to be dialed up to 200%. And obviously it's virtual, so we have to have the audience feed off our energy, right? If we show one sign of not being in character or our energy's dialed down to a 1, they're not going to pay attention, right? So that was probably one of the big obstacles to get our energy up.
With this new approach to how you guys have done the concert this year, is there anything that you liked in particular this year that you'd like to see implemented in years to come?
In leadership, we meet all together with Mrs. Sissel, which is really nice. But I feel she's given us a little bit of space. She's still checking in. I feel it's been a lot of student run practices, especially when it comes to having the students come in and read their lines for us, and we work with them when it comes to recording it all. Being online, we've had some time to make sure everybody individually is more solid instead of just everybody as a whole. Hey, it's pretty good, we slap it together. But because we have time to edit it, make it really good, it's been kind of nice to just work one-on-one with kids, say, hey, can you repeat that line again, this way, that way. It's stressful still, but it's not we're rushing to a due date. It's more we need to make it as good as we can, as perfect as we can before we release it.
It was a challenge at first, but I feel we all caught on really quickly and we've all definitely adapted. This technology that we've learned, Zoom, wasn't really as big of a thing before COVID, so I think now that we have this platform, we might utilize it for other events in the future as well. I don't see why we wouldn't. But yeah, definitely, I think some of these skills that we've learned this year would definitely be useful for coming years.
Have you found the transition into doing it in a virtual format difficult or pretty easy?
In Disney concert, it's supposed to be this lively thing, right? It's Disney, you see your favorite magical characters, but obviously this time, there's no set, there's no stage. We have to be in a little square. But for Clue, we kind of saw that, okay, this could be fun, we can make this work. It was easier to kind of call the kids, I guess, to rehearse. It was difficult to get used to how a virtual play works, turning off cameras, how you address each other. Obviously, it's hard to be motivated. In a live show, we want to feel rewarded, we want the applause, we want a live audience.
Part of the fun of a show is kind of behind the scenes, bonding with cast, crew, costumes, and that, since we don't really have that behind the scenes, kind of off stage stuff, it's the feel and the emotion and the mood of the rehearsals are a little different.
Obviously, it's different. It's different 100%, but we try to make it work.
Well, I don't want to spoil any elements of the show, but I do want to ask you, what role might you be playing and what songs might we be seeing from you in your performance on Friday?
We had a lot of kids audition with songs from Frozen, both Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. So because we had a couple people, myself included, pick songs that have either Frozen 1 or Frozen 2, we based the story not around exactly Frozen, like the story Frozen, but we kind of play off of the characters a little bit.
It's about the Disney characters, right? And they've made lives beyond their stories that we all know and love, right? And they are reuniting at their high school. So it's a high school reunion where we get to see the older Disney characters kind of meet each other and interact with their old friends.
One of the main story parts is about Elsa and Elsa's daughter. So Elsa sings her song, and then Elsa's daughter has her own part where she's trying to figure out who she is, and she sings another song from Frozen. I'm singing a song, in the movie it's sung by Olaf, so we kind of did a spin off of that. So there's a lot of other songs in there too. There's one from Tarzan. I know there's a couple from The Little Mermaid. So it's kind of interesting when we get all of these songs in like a pile and like shift through it, but it definitely helped that we got a couple Frozen songs because we put the majority of the songs together and we're like, hey, that would probably make sense to play off Frozen a little bit.
I will be playing Prince Adam, which is the Beast after he turns, back to human, and I'll be singing Evermore from the live action Beauty and the Beast. It is pretty funny how we kind of fit Prince Adam into this story, with high school sweethearts and everything and past relationships. Just like he's kind of like a loser now, but yeah, it's really funny.
Since I'm Meg, I will be singing I Won't Say I'm in Love, which is one of my personal favorite Disney songs. Yeah, it's a really fun song. I think some of the girls are going to be my muses, so I may have backup singers. I don't know. You'll have to come and find out. But yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this character. It's definitely different from the past parts I've played because, Meg is kind of more like a morbid, kind of cynical, unorthodox kind of girl. Most girls are like preppy and like bubbly, and especially in Disney, most Disney girls are all like, woo, like life is so amazing. And Meg's just kind of like done with everything. So kind of playing that like kind of different tone of a role was definitely something that was like outside my comfort zone, but it was definitely fun to like explore, and I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, This is my last question for you. Where can OPHS students find this show so that they can come and see you on Friday night?
I think there's an Oak Park Music YouTube channel, and it'll be live streamed there Friday at 7. It's very fun. It's different. If you're a huge Disney fan like I am, you will definitely come. There's a lot of classics, and so it'll be very nostalgic for some of our childhoods. It's very exciting, very creative, very different, and I highly recommend coming. And it's free.
I'm just really excited and proud to like put it out there, and I'm just excited for people to see it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Of course, thanks for having me.
No problem, bro. I can't wait to read your script too, bro. I'm so excited. So excited for you, bro.
Of course. And we are so excited to see the show when it comes out this Friday.